Hi there, it's Carla. I think it's day 7 of me talking about Trager, self-care movements, and me, and my experience with Trager personally and professionally. So one of the things that I thought about was, well, some of the other things that set Trager aside from the other body works. And so when you get a massage session, which a lot of people are very familiar with, and massage has become very popular, which is amazing. Back when I first started doing Traeger, there was one massage therapist, maybe 2 massage therapists in like the whole central Maine. And now there's tons. So it's become much more accepted and much more open, which is exciting. And so when you get a massage, one thing is you disrobe. Usually you take your clothes completely off. And the other thing is there's usually oils or lotions used. And so when we do Traeger, we don't have people disrobe. You can disrobe down to your undergarments, usually leaving a sports bra, comfortable bra, and underwear on. And the reason for that is we want people to always feel safe. And it takes because of the nature of the work, there's a lot of rocking and rolling, a lot of joint articulation. So I move people's legs, I move people's arms, taking them up off the table and and away from the midline. And when a person is getting a massage, it's very easy there's all kinds of fun ways to drape a person. We call it draping, where you fold the sheet in a certain way and you tuck it under a body part, or you anchor it under a hip. And so you can cover all the private parts very effectively and keep them nice and secure, feel safe. But then you can do that and everyone feels safe and everything's all tucked in nice and secure, and then you start rocking someone and everything slithers onto the floor. You can't keep a top sheet in place while you're triggering someone. It doesn't work. It's just the nature of the work. And it's a cool indicator of how stuck things, or things that are you're like stay, they just don't stay into place. Everything gets all slithery and wiggles off and it's on the floor. So the other thing is the oils and lotions. And so sometimes I've had some triggers from some practitioners who do use powder, because the heat that can be generated in your hands, either physical heat or energetic heat, can create moisture, kind of sweaty. And so sometimes that the powder helps with a friction that may happen if there's a rub between the body parts. And so where my hands are on the body is not the focus. Ultimately, it would be best if you just forgot that I was there. And so trying to make where my hands are as unevident as possible. And so we do some sculpting, which is sort of massagey movements, if that's a massagey, imprinting the length and elongation of the body and of a muscle, from start to finish of the muscle, imprinting that muscle memory. But ultimately, the focus is on the movement, not my hands. And so hopefully you forget where my hands are, and that the focus is on the internal development of a movement inside your body. So then the other piece is, well, what does a treatment room look like? So there's this table work, and then there's this upright stuff that I've talked about. And so what happens there? So when I work with groups of people, sometimes people are just sitting in chairs, and I've worked with people in their wheelchairs. And so that is doable as well. And I also do trigger like moves while people are sitting on their horses, which is super fun. My favorite time to do Traeger is when someone is on a horse, because your horse is the best Traeger therapist. Such a fun time. And then so treatment table, and then this upright stuff. And so what my treatment rooms have typically looked like, I've had probably 10 different offices, maybe a little less, probably 10 different offices over the course of since 1991. Most of them are small treatment rooms because it's cheap, and that's just kind of how it works out. You get the spare office, the one that no one's using, or the cheapest one to rent. It's not very glamorous, but my fantasy treatment room is to have a big space and to have a treatment table in the corner, tucked away in the corner, and then have a big play space. And so I'm kind of working on that here in my home, and maybe eventually this will become the treatment room, the room that is now my play space. It's all in works. I have an old house, and it's a work in progress. But I want to show you. I want to show you what this looks like, just to help demystify anything. Let me see if I can flip my camera around. Let me see. Will it let me change? Be really great if it would. It didn't do very well at walking and talking, and let's see. I did it before. Huh. It's not easy. It's not easy being me, camera operator. So I'm afraid I'm gonna make it go away. Doesn't help. All right, I'll try it. I just don't want to. Okay, I can't flip it around. I know it's easy.